If you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on that little bell too.
What's up everybody, it's me E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews, and today we're going to review Bumblebee. Okay, let's do a quick intro. Bumblebee is tasked with an important mission to protect the world, but he can't do it without the help of his new friend Charlie. Okay, enough of that, let's get right into the good.
The good.
Let me start off with the absolute best part of this movie, and it is the first 10 minutes of the film. We're given a slight and short-lived view of, what I'd like to believe, a dream come true for a Transformers movie. The introduction takes place on Cybertron, and the imagery is just everything. There's an action-packed scene of just an all-out war between Transformers and Decepticons, and I'm telling you, it is wonderful. And the characters are exactly how one would have hoped for them to always look like. Actually, that's another huge highlight, so let's talk about the character designs. We get a much more simplistic and back to basics design for the Transformers. Director Travis Knight made a brilliant decision to revert to the first generation style and look of the Transformers. Now that means less moving gears, more broad plating on the Transformers body, and best of all, brighter colors. The color design for the Transformers are so much more pleasing to the eye. Unlike the other Transformer movies, you can actually make out who's who even during some of the fight scenes. Now the star of this movie, Bumblebee, was pretty cool too. What made his character so captivating was that he was able to transition from being a fun-loving friend to a hardcore action hero all at the same time. I thought one of his better highlights came when he would just go over the top with his antics. You'll definitely get a kick out of Bumblebee's pranks. Besides that, I thought Bumblebee's fighting choreography was done pretty well too. Rather than having just a straight up shootout, Bumblebee's fighting style was exceptional by exploiting the size differences between himself and his foes. Oh, and the Decepticons, cannot forget about them. I absolutely loved how they were depicted in this film. They were truly ruthless in every sense of the term. They only make you wonder how evil and maniacal their leader, Megatron, will be if they decide to expand on this franchise. The 80s setting is well established throughout the film. Bumblebee's song selection of classic 80s songs and film references were quite humorous and well timed. Now Hailee Steinfeld does a really good job co-starring in this film too. I think the strength in her acting comes in her chemistry with Bumblebee. They both have some pretty heartwarming and tender moments that speak to their ever-growing friendship. Okay, enough of that, let's get right into the bad.
The bad.
Now I'm not going to hold this against the movie too bad, but I do think that too much of the story was devoted to Hailee Steinfeld's character. It's a common issue I've had with the past Transformer movies where they give the humans way too much focus. While this movie didn't overemphasize the human side to an extreme, I do think that they could have given Bumblebee a bit more attention. The movie felt more like a 50-50 split between Bumblebee and Steinfeld's character. I think that if you're going to name the movie Bumblebee, then you can at least give him, I don't know, 70-30 or maybe a 60-40 split of the story instead. Another issue I had with this movie was when it did come to the actual drama in the story, it got a little predictable and stereotypical. Now it's not a major knock against the film, but the drama does feel a little bit more geared towards teens. That's not to say that teen dramas are bad. It's just that the way that they executed it felt very simplistic. For instance, the mean girls who were like the adversary to Steinfeld's character, they were pretty cookie cutter, and so was the dreamy cool guy in the movie. If you've watched any number of Disney Channel movies, this feels like it came right out of that medium. And there's a good chance that that was probably done intentionally, but nevertheless, it still felt like something we've seen before, and it probably could have just been done in a slightly nuanced way. Enough of that, let's get right into the reason.
The reason.
Bumblebee is an incredibly nice breath of fresh air compared to the nasty smog that was the old Transformer movies. So if you were like me and you've been scarred or turned off or let down by the Michael Bay version of the franchise, then this movie is certainly a welcome change of pace. I think this film will do nothing but give you so much more hope for the future of the Transformers franchise if they continue using a different director. I think different directors could be a better approach, so that way we don't get stuck with 5 to 6 movies of the same thing, constantly getting people's hopes up after each sequel. Plus, while I think the teen drama route wasn't a terrible one, it's not something I'd like to consistently see with future Transformer movies. Personally, I think a Transformers Cybertron movie would be the ultimate fan flick come true, but only time will tell. Now, I should also let you know, Bumblebee does not have the same level of action that the old Transformer movies had. If I had to break it down, I'd probably say that Bumblebee is like 40% drama, 40% action, and 20% comedy. You probably will also notice that this movie has a very similar feel to a Steven Spielberg movie. If you pay attention, you'll probably catch the BFG Easter egg, and you'll also notice a very familiar Indiana Jones-like scene during the film. Now, this might not be too much of a coincidence because Steven Spielberg is an executive producer for this movie. Bumblebee is like a combination of Herbie the Love Bug movies, Iron Giant, and any Disney Channel teen drama. So when it comes to the rating for Bumblebee, I've got to give it an 8 out of 10. Bumblebee does make for a pretty good watch in theaters. It's a pretty fun movie and it's entertaining. Plus, it's a much more family-oriented movie that everyone can enjoy. Now, the drama will be more geared towards the younger teen audiences, but the action, I think, will be very satisfactory for Transformer fans alike. So feel free to go see Bumblebee at a local theater near you. It hits theaters December 21st. So, are you excited to go see Bumblebee? Were you like me and you were emotionally traumatized by all the other bad Transformer movies, so now you're still kind of hesitant in seeing Bumblebee? Did this review maybe help you a little bit? Whenever you do get a chance to go see Bumblebee, please do me a favor, come on back to this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the movie. If you enjoyed this review, or if it gave you just a little bit of hope to actually go see it, please feel free to share this video with your friends. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.